Just go and have a word with her.
Excellent.
Right, ready.
So we're just as I say, kind of casual conversation. I know you joined the Labour Party and you're a member of the trade union.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that first got you involved or interested in politics?
In politics per se?
Yeah, like was it
I suppose
from
I've
when you
always
were young?
been. Yeah, I've always been involved in politics, but been a member of the Labour Party since I was in my early 20s.
Were your family politically involved or
My
politically?
dad wasn't politically involved, but he was certainly a trade union, a Labour Party supporter.
Yeah.
Told everybody they had to support Labour.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it was 21 when you joined the CPSA strike.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because I know that trade union no longer exists, does it?
It's PCS now.
It's the PCS.
Yeah.
How long were you with them for?
I worked there from 75 to 88.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had your first child.
I had my first child in 84, so no, I went back to work after he was 3 months old.
Got you.
And then I had my second child in 87, and that's when I stopped working there.
Cool. I was going to ask, what was it? So I assume that sorry to answer the question. I assume the Labour Party came first, and then the trade union came.
No, not really. I was trade union from starting work, so
Right.
yeah.
Cool.
I'd say trade union came first.
Excellent. And when you first tried to be a candidate in 2004, from 2004 to 2010, was that like a frustrating time because you were trying to get involved?
Well, if you go back, I actually became a governor of school. So
Yeah.
Abbey Hay School, which is just nearby here.
Yeah.
I was a governor there, and then I started the PTA, and then as my kids moved up, went to Wright Robinson and was a governor there, etc. PTA,
Yeah.
and then there was an opportunity that came up to be a parent governor rep on the council.
Yeah.
And so I applied for it, not really knowing what it would entail, but thinking this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I was actually it was the first scrutiny committee, the change from the education committee
Yeah.
in 1999. So I was sat on the committee that I'm now the chair of, and I realised that I can do what, they were doing.
Yeah.
In actual fact, some of them didn't seem to know as much as I did.
Yeah.
So from there, I kind of got more involved and thought, I can be a councillor. So it was that way round, really.
Yeah. Do you have any kind of key moments that you remember, either when you first started to be on the scrutiny committee, where you were like, oh, do you know what? Actually, this is something that I want to do. Are there any?
Yeah, I just think knowing that you could change things. I can remember talking about 2 particular schools that were going to come together, and they were going to shut one before the 2 were built, into one.
Yeah.
And I said, no, you shouldn't be doing that. That's out of order. And I actually got support for that. And I
Yeah.
thought, I can talk people around. I can convince them
Good.
that this is the right thing to do, and I can make a difference. So
Yeah.
it was out of that, really.
How much of it, when you became a councillor, do you find that you have the power? And is there any parts of being a councillor where you feel, if you like, powerless?
I suppose over the past 10, 11 years that I've been a councillor, they've been, I think we've got a new leadership now, which is a lot more open.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting the previous leadership wasn't, successful, because Sir Richard Leeds is probably the most successful leader, we've ever known in the whole country.
Sure.
But he wasn't always the best listener.
Yeah.
So basically, what I feel now under the new leader is that there's a far more of an open dialogue.
Yes.
So if there was a frustration, it was that I didn't feel always listened to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And decisions were made without us knowing about them.
Yeah.
So that's probably where the frustration lies, yeah.
Course.
And more than that, with having the amount of years since I've been a councillor, there's been a Tory government, and not being able to spend the money that I would like to spend because of the cuts.
Yeah.
So that's a bigger frustration.
Just going to go off the record for a